Okay. So hello, a warm, warm hello, dear Sangha, wherever you are in the world. Yay. So for today's practice together, I'd like to invite us in the practice of metta and considering metta as a way of homecoming, coming home to ourselves, coming home to ourselves, no matter what is going on, whether we feel challenged, tired, over exuberant, whatever it might be going on, it's all okay. It's all okay. And coming home to ourselves with showing up for ourselves with a sense of showing up, even if sometimes it might be so hard to just do that. And it's okay for all human beings. There might be times that it's hard to show up and we still do it. We just crawl. We crawl and show up like, okay, I'm here. Now what? It's okay. It's okay. You've showed up. You've showed up. You've showed up. You are here. You're home. You're home in your body. You're home in your heart. And landing with things just as they are. So relating to metta not as a grim duty, not as something that we should cultivate, that we should do. It's a should, but it's coming home. There's nothing that needs to be done. If you, tonight as I lead it, if you feel like using the phrases, great. If you don't want to use the phrases, don't. It's just sense of kind presence, coming home, reconnecting with yourself, connecting, arriving, being with care. And that sometimes that's enough. That's all we need. Sometimes there's more energy for more, for cultivation, for phrases, for yes. And sometimes just holding what is here. So whether today you're in the space where you just want to be with what is gently, just ever so gently, or if there's more space to expand and hold, it's all good. But I'm leading us into a more gentle way of just being with whatever arises, whatever needs to arise, coming home and welcoming whatever is here, even if it's a whole crowd of sorrows, as in the poem translated from Rumi by Coleman Barks. Even if it's a crowd of sorrows that greet you, it's okay. They're guests. They're guests. You're home. Just being home, comfortably home. So that is the setup for our practicing just coming home to our body, to our hearts with kindness. All right, gang. Dear Sangha, let's practice together in a formal meditation posture, which again might be an easy one tonight, might be lying down if that's what this body needs. So I invite you to choose your meditation posture, whatever is appropriate for you. Sitting, lying down, standing, whatever posture where this body is comfortable for metta. It's important, even more important, for the body to be comfortable. And if you need to shift and move during this guided meditation, it's okay. Do it with mindfulness. Do it with kindness. Not jerking your limbs around, but just kindly, as if your limbs, your body is a treasured, beloved being. Moving it for relief. And now landing in this body. Greeting, ever so gently greeting. Greeting the sensations of the breath in the abdomen. Greeting any tightness or tension present in your face, in your jaw. Greeting gently with kindness. Any tightness in the shoulders, arms, hands. Exhaling. Greeting the exhale. Greeting. Greeting your heart. Your heart space. Whatever is present. Whatever is showing up at home is okay. Making friendly space. Relaxing around it. Greeting the legs, the feet, the sit bones, contacting the cushion or the chair. It is so nice to be home. It is so nice to be home. Connected to the home that is this body, this heart, this mind, with awareness, spacious, kind awareness. Nothing more to do, nothing more needed. Than to just feel at home. Relaxing, softening, landing in this body. Whatever is present is okay. What makes this home is an attitude. There could be aches and pains, unpleasant sensations or thoughts or emotions. And yet, with the perspective that this is a holy mansion, it's a hallowed, sacred mansion, this being that is you, body, heart, and mind. It's spacious, plenty of space for everything to be just as it is in the different spaces, in the wide spaces. And for you to feel cozy at home. With yourself. Feeling at home. Feeling at home. What's your arm, your jaw, your forehead, your legs, your abdomen melt with ease. Feeling at home. And if you like, if there is a particular space a place, physical location, maybe your bed or a chair, or a place in nature. If there is a place that you feel particularly comfortable, cozy, safe, at home, you can imagine yourself in the space. And if nothing comes up, don't worry about it. It's fine. This is enough. Feeling at home with this breath, and the abdominal cavity, feeling spacious. Here, here, at home in this moment, connecting with awareness. Every moment of kind awareness is a moment of being home, deeply connected, settled, rooted. And see if you would like to experiment. Putting your hand, the palm of your hand, on your chest, the proverbial heart center, greeting yourself at your own door. Home. Welcome home, dear. You're at home. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes when we need nourishing and healing in our heart for this being who is ourselves, it's okay to stay home, not leave home. Animals who are injured or hurting, they stay in their lair. Or when we are sick or in the body or needing care, we stay home. We stay close to home where it's comfortable, safe to nourish ourselves, to be ready to show up in the world again. So it's okay to be home, feel connected just in this moment for metta, with metta for this being, filling our own cup, filling our own cup before we fill other people's cups. Home. 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 Can we feel home, connected, present, welcoming, kind to ourselves and whatever is arising? Feeling home, connected, safe, making a safe space for ourselves. The first phrase of Metta is, may I feel safe from inner and outer harm. It's a wish for safety. That's one way to practice it, by expressing the wish. Another is to feel at home. Can we feel at home? Our body, heart, and mind with metta. Can we feel it? Invite ourselves to feel at home. This is metta, a different expression of it. And the more we feel at home with ourselves, with metta and kindness, the more we can appreciate, be present for the mystery that is our lives unfolding. This feast that is our lives. I will read a poem by Derek Walcott called Love After Love. I have read it before, and you might have heard it elsewhere. Let it wash over you with this invitation to feel at home. Love after love. The time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome. The time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome. And say, sit here, eat. Each will smile at the other's welcome and say, sit, sit here, eat. You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself, to the stranger who has loved you all your life, whom you ignored for another, who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel your own image from the mirror. Sit, sit. Feast on your life. You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give back your heart to itself, to the stranger who has loved you all your life, whom you ignored for another. Sit. Feast on your life. Thank you all. Thank you for your practice. May we all feel home. Welcome ourselves home in every moment of being. So As I mentioned during the guided meditation, the metta phrases, the first one is to wish ourselves and others safety. May I be safe from inner and outer harm. There's the sense of may you be safe. There's this wish for that. So another way, the way we found ourselves into today, is feeling at home, feeling safe. Again, for most people, maybe not for everyone, but home has a sense of connotation of safety, ease, metta, love. So really holding ourselves, greeting ourselves at our own door, as Derek Walcott put it, this feeling of being at home is a way of expressing metta. Metta is not one thing. It's not just the phrases. It's just there's so many ways to practice cultivating goodwill, kindness, well-being for ourselves so that we can offer it to the world, filling our own cup so that we can then offer it to the whole world. So with that, I'd love to invite your reflections. Kenneth says, Nikki, thank you so much. It was exactly what I needed tonight. Thank you, Ken. I am delighted. I'm delighted. And if you feel moved to say any more, you're welcome to unmute yourself if you wish. And if not, it's okay. The floor is open to reflections, comments. Jessie says, such a lovely poem. Thank you for sharing, Nikki. You are welcome, Jessie. It's a favorite poem of mine. It's so beautiful. And I know Neil will send it. Yes, he's giving thumbs up to the Google groups afterwards for everyone's reference. Thank you, Neil. Thanks, Jessie. Any questions? Anything you discovered? What was it like, actually, this way of feeling home, simply home, connecting with yourself? You're welcome to raise your Zoom hand. Yes, Don, please.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I couldn't help but smiling at the beginning when you talked about just showing up. And that's about what I did tonight. And but it was great, and it was, as somebody just mentioned, just what I needed. And so I thank you so much. And I was thinking a bit about this sort of letting be or making space, and it's sort of harking back to our conversation last Friday about tinnitus or other sort of issues that one might be having, and so it was really helpful for me as I was sort of just incurably stiff back and just going, oh, welcome, stiff back. And so thank you.
Thank you, Don. Thank you for that reflection, and beautiful that you showed up. You showed up. That's all there is to life, showing up for ourselves, feeling at home. Thank you, Don, for those wonderful reflections, and also connecting this to our conversation on Friday with making space and welcoming. Yeah. Bill asks, how do you welcome unwelcome house guests like anxiety? Oh, yes, 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 yes. Claire says, what a wonderful concept. I'm not sure if it's about that, but I'll assume it is. Yes, of course. That's exactly the idea. So anxiety too. Pain, anxiety, tinnitus, you name it. Making space for all of these, and especially anxiety, if you try to push it away, if you try to anxiety can be like a wild horse with energy. And if you try to put it in a small pen and contract it actually, or push it away, it doesn't quite work. So treating it as an unwelcome guest, Bill and others, would be actually giving it more energy. It causes more suffering. Whereas the guest is here already. Anxiety is visiting, right? It's like you can't ignore a guest as like it's delusion if you try to fight reality. If you try to fight a guest who's here, you're not gonna win. I mean, or rather, if you try to fight reality, reality always wins. so so a guest such as anxiety is part of reality. So not fighting, not trying to push it away, but being skillful with it, giving it space, similar to tinnitus. So what does that look like for anxiety? Imagine that there's that the wild horse, again, if you put it in a small pen, it'll kick the door open. But imagine you give it a whole wide pasture. And I've had many practitioners report that this method, actually, this way of treating it, works. So, and I've explored it myself. So, yeah, anxiety can be there. Oh, yes, run around. Yes. But there is so much space. There is feeling at home. Anxiety can be there. It's not the focus. It's not the only thing that gets the megaphone. Um, so that's the way you would work with guests. There are no unwelcome guests. If you call them unwelcome, then you're already working with them in the way that that's giving them more energy. It's like trying to push them away, and this pushing away, as I described in detail on Friday, actually hooks them up, hooks them in place. Trying to push them away hooks them in place. Laura asks about tinnitus. Yes, we talked about tinnitus and similar things on Friday. So that is on Audio Dharma and also on YouTube. So you're welcome to check out all of that. So, and now the time has come. Deborah, let's come to your hand. I just saw your hand. Let's come back to it after we come back from groups, because it's time for groups. I want to make sure there's time, spacious time for us to have reflections in Sangha. This is such a lovely Sangha, and I know that folks appreciate showing up for each other. So again, tonight, showing up for yourself, showing up for each other in groups. And starting with 15 seconds of silent metta, and then sharing as little or as much as you like. Just showing up. That's all it takes. So rooms are created. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. You're welcome back, everyone. Rooms are closed, and we have a couple of minutes for reflections. And Deborah's hand was up. So Deborah, I invite, yes, great, fantastic. Here you are.
I hope it is still relevant to people, but when you talked about anxiety, someone brought up anxiety, it reminded me of a beautiful story that a friend, a spiritual teacher, Peter Wrangle, said. He said that one time he and his little boy, when he was like 6 years old, was in his hot tub, and it started getting really dark, and the little boy got really scared. And his dad said, "Well, that's just fear." And the little boy said, "Hello, fear." And then a little while later, he said, "Goodbye, fear." And then the next night, they were there, and he didn't say anything about the fear. He just said, "Hello, fear." So you reminded me, like, we can just say hello, anxiety, and then it takes it away from enveloping us in
That's
some way sometimes.
Yeah, I love that story, Deborah. Thanks for sharing. And in this way, it's not an unwelcome guest, right? It's transforming by seeing and saying, "Hello, fear. Hello, anxiety. Hi, welcome. Here you are."
Yeah,
Right?
my old friend.
My old friend, welcome back,
my
Redwood
more and more
City.
my more and more present friend.
Exactly. And that also is humor, right? A way of working with it with
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
for sharing that.
You're
That's
welcome.
beautiful. Lovely. So, dear ones, I think I saw one hand that appeared and disappeared. Any quick comments? Going once, going twice. Okay. All right. So it is 7 o'clock, and thank you all for your practice, for showing up, for yourselves, for each other, and being at home with yourselves and with the Sangha. May all beings feel at home. May all beings feel their own metta, greet themselves at their own door, and be free and happy. Thank you all.